As bow hunters, we spend most of the year getting ready for the fall. We practice with our gear all year long to make sure when we finally get our chance, we make it worth it. This year, I'm pushing myself to try to harvest 3 bucks in 3 states, one of which must be public land. Join me on this adventure to see if I can complete this 3 bucks, 3 states challenge. It is October 3rd. I've not had the, not big, but better bucks at my spot on camera since before I went to Ohio last weekend for opening weekend. But I was out there yesterday to restock on some corn, and there were scrapes absolutely everywhere. And some of them looked fresh, some of them were only 30-40 yards from my stand, but they were on the other side of some brush. So I should be able to see them if they're there, just maybe not be able to get a shot. So, on my way out to the property here in South Carolina, we're off on the 3 bucks, 3 states challenge. And I think I'm starting it off. I'm gonna be trying for a buck here on private land in South Carolina. It is a little after 9. About 25 minutes ago, I saw the one buck walking this brush line. Same place I saw him the other night. I kind of have an idea on what they're gonna do. There's an extra set of sticks and platform here. I think I'm gonna go pull those down, put it back along the back corner of the property close to where he's walking, or where he's been walking, because I've seen him walk that path several times the last few morning sits I've had here, and who knows, maybe I will sit that tomorrow morning. It's gonna be tough to get back there and get someone set if he's back there right now, so I'm gonna have to kind of quietly walk that way, see if I see any movement back there, and yeah, I think I'm gonna get down, get that other set pulled down, and then decide what to do from there. Well, it is October 5th. I think this is maybe first, maybe second day coming out here for the 3 bucks, 3 states challenge. Going out to private land today. Had a good buck show up this morning right before daylight. Maybe he will come back through tonight. They don't really want to hang around in the corn very much, but these bucks are starting to get rutted up down here in South Carolina. Going to break out the rattles and grunt tube or doe bleed. See what happens. Hopefully we see something tonight. Rained all this morning. It's kind of cool out today. I think it's like 78 degrees today, which is pretty cool for what it's been lately. See what happens. So, heading out there. Let's go get in the tree and hopefully see something. And oh yeah, this time compared to the last video you saw where I shot my deer with my Matthews, broke out the Hoyt. Haven't really seen anything in range lately, so figured, hey, let's break out the Hoyt, see if the hunting gods want me to shoot something with the Hoyt now instead of the Matthews. So got my Hoyt RX9 Ultra. Let's see what happens. Gonna get out there, get in the tree. Hopefully we see something. Just got set up. I think you guys can see that is where I've been sitting at, or over that way. Right behind the camera is a thick barrier on the edge of the property line with a surface road that goes along the edge on the other side. And it's where I've seen the bigger buck. The last few times I've sat in here, he's been right down here in the thick stuff. And if you guys watched the last hunting video, well, gosh, that's bright. Had to come up with some light to be able to talk to you guys. Did not see a thing tonight. This place has been weird this last week. Really the last 2 weeks. Very, very, very little activity on camera. So, good thing is, it's Sunday night right now. I work this week, all week. Debating whether or not to go up to Ohio this next weekend on Thursday. Taking a day of PTO, going up to Ohio because there's a cold front coming through. Nothing major, but it's like a 10-degree drop, maybe 15-degree drop. So, should get the deer moving. So I'm contemplating going up to Ohio this weekend. If not, right now it's looking like I may come out just to get some stuff out here just figured out. Maybe pull up that corn, replace with fresh corn, maybe move some cameras around, I don't know. And then also probably going to be doing some public land hunting. Try to knock off the buck on public land off the list, and knock off one buck here in South Carolina. So it's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe just let this place rest for a little while, let them get comfortable in here again, see what happens. So see if the deer start coming back. Well, it is October 8th. I wasn't planning on coming out this soon after being here last, but the last 2 nights the shooter buck has daylighted at 7:15-ish. Not the best wind, but not a terrible wind. It's supposed to be shifting to be a good wind by the end of the night, or by the time about that 6 o'clock time. So as long as it shifts, I think we're going to be good. But yeah, we're going to slip in here as quiet as we can. Not going to do any sort of interviews or anything when we get in there. And yeah, hopefully he decides to come in tonight. Alright, I know I said no interview, but something I just had to say is, if this buck comes in when he did yesterday and the night before, I'm not sure how good the footage is going to be because it's been at last light. It's going to be barely enough It is, I believe, October 9th. Yeah, it's October 9th. Didn't see anything last night on private, and today is one of the last 2 days of a quota hunt on a WMA here in South Carolina. So I'm gonna go participate in that quota hunt. Usually my buddy sees some decent deer out there. He saw 5 last night, 2 bucks chasing does. So hopefully something will come by today. Be able to put something down. Gonna try to knock off that public land buck. Never have shot anything on public land. I've only went out and actually seen stuff on public land one time. Something new. So maybe we'll get lucky today, and maybe we'll see something on public land, and maybe we'll knock something down. It is 8:15. It was raining pretty hard this morning, so decided to wait to come in until after it slowed down a little bit. So depending on if the rain picks back up, may have to put the camera away, but I'll at least run the DJI up above me. Trying to knock off public land buck here. Honestly, as long as it meets the minimum buck requirement for this WMA, which is 3 points on one side or bigger. If I see it, probably I'll get knocked down. Who knows? Maybe if a doe comes in too, may decide to try to smoke her too. Depends on what happens. So I was gonna go to Ohio this weekend with that big cold front. Decided not to, and I'm regretting it right now. Getting a bunch of pictures from one of my spots. One with 2 pretty solid bucks on it. Hopefully we'll have some luck here. Almost 11 o'clock. Haven't seen or heard anything yet. Carl had some activity come through this area yesterday about 5 p.m. So I think we're gonna hop down, go grab some lunch. Who knows what else, and then come back out here in a little bit. So probably gonna hop down now, get out here, and then come back here in a few hours. Just sat down and I heard something to my left. I spooked a deer on the way in that was probably 40 yards behind me. Pretty big bodied deer that I spooked. And almost as soon as I sat down, I saw, or I heard something back there too, and I looked down and there's a group of hogs coming out. I don't know if you can see in the footage where the shot was or not, but I think I was a little bit low. don't know how low, but a little bit low. I'll grab my arrow at the end of the night. It's 2:30 right now, so we got about 5 hours or so until we're out of daylight and we get down. Hopefully something will walk right down this little funnel section in between all the bedding areas tonight. Okay, I don't know if that just filmed or not, but I looked over. I don't know where the deer came from. He was walking in. I don't know if I got him on camera. I know the DJI caught him. I heard him crash over here. My first public land buck. He's a legal buck here. I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna go down, grab my arrow, and then I'm gonna go look at him. Yes. I'm pretty sure it was a real solid shot. Oh yeah. So I saw him run this way. I know he ran this way somewhere. Let's see if we can come back here, find any blood. I'm pretty sure I saw where he crashed. All I'm hoping is there's gonna be blood over here to be able to at least follow if I don't find him. I left the arrow at the initial spot where I shot him. But I did see him run up here and crash. Well, having to film this on my phone because I was just out walking trying to find where this deer went with all the blood and everything, and I just stumbled upon it. This is my first ever public land buck right here, guys. It's no giant or anything, but for being public land, I am more than happy with this thing. It means a lot being my first public land one. So, got a long, really long way to drag this thing. So I'm gonna get going, and yeah. Well, just got back to my pack. Wanted to just do a quick little video on the big camera before dragging the rest of the way out. I know it may not seem this way just on camera, but extremely grateful for this one. And this one means a lot, being my first ever buck on public land. And spot that I just randomly picked out, walked in here, found some sign from today, right down through here, set up, shot the hog first thing. Contemplated moving about 20 minutes before this dude showed up. Then I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna stick it out. It's too late. Then next thing you know, I look to the side, this dude was standing broadside, and I'm like, I gotta take it. First ever buck on public land, I gotta take it. He was a legal one, so yeah, now's all the hard work, getting him out to the truck. Got about another 150 yards or so I gotta drag him, then we can get a game cart, and then it's probably about a half mile back to the truck. So all right, let's get at it. 2 of the goals for this year have been completed. Number 1, getting a South Carolina buck. And number 2, which what I thought was gonna be the hardest one, was getting a public land buck. That buck was legal, and it was the first deer or buck that I've ever had in shooting range on public land, so I had to take him. Not a bad buck at all for being the first ever one that I've shot on public land. I'm more than happy with it. Think I'm gonna learn how to Euro mount myself with this buck, because I'd like to keep it, so yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out how to Euro mount him. But now that we have those 2 goals marked off the list, so South Carolina buck and public land buck, now we are going to transition a lot of our focus to 2 things. Ohio buck, and also upgrading my buck in South Carolina a little bit. I got my private land, got a nice buck on camera there, so I'm gonna keep on holding off, trying to get my wife one there too, but I would really like to be able to upgrade my buck to a 100+ inch buck here in South Carolina, because like I said, my goal was a 100+ inch buck, 3 different states. So maybe a little bit tough down here, but I'm going to try my hardest to make it work. Took today off of hunting to kind of sleep in a little bit, get rested, and get all my gear reorganized, because I had a lot of gear just thrown all over the place. So I just got my bag reorganized, got my arrow broadhead from the deer I shot yesterday, which is the beast broadhead, still looks completely fine. And then new broadhead on a hog arrow or just backup arrow. So yeah, gonna get everything reorganized back on my bow, get my bag reorganized, and hopefully we're gonna be off to Ohio to try to go after one of the bucks I've got on camera that's a shooter right now. Got 3, hoping for one of them. All of them are well over 100 inch mark, probably closer to the 150-ish mark. Trying for my biggest buck in Ohio this year. 130 is biggest buck with a gun. Trying to break that with a bow this year. So thank you for watching this far. We will see you guys hopefully in Ohio.